Good evening, everyone. A little bit late. I'm confused, by the way. I think this should be Targaryen cohort, not Valyrian steel. At least that's what's in the link that's in the World Cup. Also, the decks are the factions are the other way around, so I'll quickly fix this. This should be German flag, and this should be Austria flag. Austria. Okay, so yeah, I'm confused. In at least in the World Cup schedule, Austria's list or the link that I have is Kokor. Quickly check if here it says Kokor. So I'm not sure what's going on. Okay. Okay. I'll just get to it. So we'll go with Valerian Steel, but I'm confused. Yeah. So we have Terrell Wars versus Targaryen Valerian Steel. It looks like. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe Reinhardt changed a link to the deck or something. But anyway, so the deck that we know is correct. Quickly go to that one. So the Germany, wait, did I add them correctly? Yeah. Germany list is Tyrell Wars to come. We have at the gates, double head on spikes. Here to the Iron Throne, political disaster, pulling the strings, king in the north as a restricted card. War to Harris, War Morgulis, Wardens of the south. Interesting enough that with the kings in the north there is only a single copy of Golden Roses and a single copy of Crown of Golden Roses. And then we have only Renly as a king. So I would have expected a little bit more copies of the card. Unfortunately, spectators are stopped to chat here, so I don't know what's going on here. Unfortunately, Hanu is also playing at the moment, and looks like that game will not be covered. Which did I click something wrong? But no, I don't know. It says Targaryen trading with cohort, so but let's go with this and then I'll ask afterwards. But this is confusing. Unfortunately, I don't recall if I covered any of the other games. To recall, was it Valyrian, always Valyrian Steel? Yeah. It says cohort. Looks like they are used to being Valyrian Steel and no comment from the German team. But the link links to core. So I don't know if this deck is correct. Probably it's not. Telling with the core, we have Time of Plenty. That's correct. And then, so the quotes that I see is Costco, one from the Iron Brand, political disaster, Prince who came too late, Time of Plenty, Ward of Harrison, you win or you die, the Targaryen side. No idea about everything else. Restricted cards here looks like to be Gift of the Widow, which I assume is again restricted in the Valyrian Steel list as well. So, well, but this looks like a pretty insane start, if you ask me. And the Tyrell board looks pretty, although there could be. What are the scheme? Oh no, it's worse to come. So I was about to check for scheme pods, but that's not the case as well. So yeah, confused. So Mark Murray, so the question is, are we going to see defense with both and then Mark bringing someone in or not? it could be a good thing if he is blocked with both Drogon and Khal Drogo. He's going to find Brienne. That's a good switch. Yep. Anti-claim. Probably gonna claim the warrior list to recycle the events. Oh, looks like Drogon went for claim. Well, at least I know that in the core list the attachment list is wrong, so at least I won't look at that. So we have Offer of Peach, which could probably, and Intrigue Challenge, this we're going to look for too. So the Terrell Wars is running double copies of Offer of Peach, so he could probably cancel one of the military challenges. That could be a good thing, but we'll have to see how this will develop first. It's still the hand, so looks like Drogo's gonna do all the challenges. Regardless. And PC Shadow is discarded at random. Military challenge. Almost. Military challenge with bolt, so this is a good thing just because draw could be removed from the challenge with Offer of Peach, and then Brienne can defend versus Drogon, and that will save the one claim. We see Retinue. For the Out of Shadows, both players are drawing cards. And unopposed. And Retinue given for claim, Renown, Seal. Now this is confusing. How does he plan to win the challenge is the question. I would have stopped one of them and then given this for claim. Now you don't stop any of them. Unless there is... looks like there is not. I was about to say unless there is a strength buff that the Terrell list is running, like going strong, upper page, even nightmares. And dominant goes to Terrell. And the Water Dancer Sword is returned to hand. I won't be surprised if we see Prince who came too late now, if that is the correct plot deck as well. Wait, what? So which game I'm covering? This doesn't help me at all. Oh, Krasny is playing. Okay, so it's the other way around then. Okay, so it's the other way around. Germany. Okay. So it's like this then. And I'm watching at the wrong decks. Okay. Quick correction, I got help. So this is Krasny. So yeah, Targaryen, Valyrian Steel versus Terrell. Sorry guys, I was looking completely wrong. So yep, this made sense. This now makes more sense. I got even the agendas wrong. So again, Germany at the bottom, Austria at the top. Was there a? Oh, there is no. Oh. Silly me. Yep, completely different decks. So now, Tyrell reigns. This is reigns. This is reigns. So we have at the gates, late summer feast, political disaster, first of winter, king in the north, again restricted, but this one is with double crown of golden roses. King in the north, as mentioned, Var Morgulis and Warden from the Wardens of the South. And schemes, we have exposed duplicity, power behind the throne, pulling the strings, riddle, and wildfire assault. For the Targaryen Valyrian Steel, we have exchange of information, one from the Iron Bank, political disaster, both decks are running really very interesting. Prince who came too late, time of plenty, Ward of Herescent, you win or you die. Restricted cards, gift of the widow, as mentioned in the other core deck. So yeah, I just mistook on the players, if you could say that. But, yeah. And it's true that both Tyrell Targaryen matchups are with one another. I should have paid more attention. So, back on track. This game looks like over to me, honestly. We have Drogo's gonna do Drogo stuff. Gonna draw cards, get gold for free. And Hizerian. Let's see how wide here the Tyrell player will be able to go. He doesn't have any of the strong control plots at his disposal, aside from King in the North, but that doesn't stop draw in any shape or form. We have, but the events were very interesting. We have growing strong. I was going wrong. Growing strong, 2 copies of it, 1 put to the sword in the Tyrell reigns, and 3 copies of Hand Judgment. While the events for the Valyrian Steel are 3 times Gift of the Widow, 3 times Shadow of the East, and 2 copies of Hand Judgment. We have Queen Marjorie, Tinder Marjorie with Guard the Gross, who's going to bring a king, I assume, not being friendly. He still needs a little bit more resources. That board feels very fragile to me, looks like, considering Drogo will be in 3 challengers. Oh, Mark. And Mark is making his return and a single gold saved. How many retinues is the deck running? 1 copy of them. Interesting. But they are 3 times pinch of powder, which makes sense in Tyrell reigns. Oh, and 9 my Nightbot command technique song. Yeah, Alejandro, I think the match is over. But maybe Marjorie can do some type of miracle. We'll see. Let me quickly fix the decks in the command because I got them completely wrong. So, oh, this is Austria deck. Who would have guessed that both are matched today and both are the same matchup? What are the odds? And safe. Yep, so now the command should show the correct decks. Big military challenge. The question is, do you want, I mean, probably oppose it with guard and give him for claim. Unless there is a milk now coming down, unfortunately. Luckily for the Tyrell, no milk to be seen. Marjorie, which this means friendly. Ooh, Randio. I would have guessed friendly. The Valerian still is running Duheris. Yeah. So yeah, I would have guessed friendly. I'm not sure why Randio. Probably Estoy is. What's his name again? Michael. Michael will try to match Khal Drogo with Randio. Only one gold left, so I would expect here defense for 9. Yep. The interesting. Both of them sort tablet without gold. Costing 1, so limit 1 per phase, so reaction 1 and reaction 2, which means there is a forgot the name of the card. Strangler probably in hand. Oh, gifts. Does gifts help giving strength? Probably to car is the attackant he is going to look for. Or breaker of chains. Okay, breaker also works. So currently it's 10. Yep, going strong for 3 more. And currently 13. You see Old Town, Randio gaining power. Character, oh look at this. Very cute combo, aside from the... is he running them? He should be. Scheme acceptance, yep, there are scheme acceptance in the deck. But let's see if now he'll be able to stabilize with this. We see Intrigue for Bazillion, for precisely 11. Trigger of Mace. You see Wildfire. I mean, won't hurt that much, I think. Although the question, do you keep... Yeah, you keep Gurelo and Viserion? Why Viserion? And not Druid? Probably because of the icon. Rhaegal discarded at random. Power challenge won by Randio, and which will... The Terrell is at 9. The board cannot be Murgulist, but it definitely the hair is going to hurt here. Pretty... Wait, is this a second mark on the top of the deck? What are the chances? How many copies of mark he's running? 2? Look at this, so he found a dupe. So this looks to hair is 100%. And then, poof. There will be only Marjorie to... We see First Snow of Winter versus the Harris. Makes sense, because all the small characters will have to be returned that they will stay on the board. But most of those are like more than one copy in the deck as well. So Viserion is 3 copies and Gureo is also 3 copies, so it's possible to see a dupe here. Currently Austria is up, Alejandro. At least as I am aware up to this point it's 3-1 I think. The 2 games that I covered, I covered 3 games, Austria won 2 and Germany won 1, and they have 1 out loss. So 3-1 as I'm aware. And currently Hanu is playing as well. And I don't know when is the other match, but I have to investigate because my notes finish at Stark versus Wani game, but I know that's tomorrow morning. Moved to tomorrow morning, so I'm not sure what will be there. So I have to find when is the next game. We see Dario with noble lineage. Who was first player? The Tyrells are the first player, so Lady in Waiting, horse. And looks like the Targaryen will hold a pretty good board in the end. Maybe Quizguard. Oof. Oof. So all challengers in the end, both of them will be standing probably. What can we say? Targaryen vs or BS, depending who do you ask. So I wonder if we'll see an intro challenge here. There is quite a lot of economy left. And we are going to see that intro challenge. What was that? Oh. doesn't matter. So we see Dario defending, and I assume there is some type of strength pump here. Else this is just free renown. On defense he's going to get it on offense as well. So can he close? I mean, at 4 probably not, but it's 1, 2, 3 renowns here, and 3 renowns here is 6. Oh, we have Missandei to stand him, and he let him win the challenge. The mercenary contract luckily is on. Oh, Khal Drogo will even stand with Dario. Oof, ugly. Ugly. Basically, he'll have a field day here. Does this have a limit? No. Oh my god. Yep, so Dario and Drogo will have a field day. And Gureu is returned to the board with Breaker of Chains. Yep. Oh, Friday. Oh, Lucas just announced the Austria Targaryen of German Imperial. Okay, so that's in. That's in how I found it. So go schedule list while we look at this nightmare. Why did he waste a seal trigger and just didn't trigger? Then this is Saturday, 9 in the morning. Wrong click. There you go. Hightower Spy moved in with to review ambush Hightower Spy for defense, giving strength, defending. Still won. The question is, are we going to see more bullies here? And I feel like we'll, although won't help that much, I think. So Mithrus is thinking. Oh, military. I'm curious why the military is not with Dario as well. Maybe he didn't want to discard card, but I don't think it matters. Mercenary contract. Payment will be this guy. Oh, wait. So he doesn't want to Murgulis then? Randio again. So if he doesn't want to Murgulis, how is he stabilizing the board then? What are his next plots options? King Kingdom. No, that doesn't work. There is more than enough now on the board. Second military challenge. 11. Also, probably he wanted the opposition here regardless. So what challenge this is in a row? Okay, military. Wait, why did they move? Why wasn't there a power challenge? I must have missed something. Or was there a power challenge? There was a power. So 14. I was wrong, guys. He went from 4 to 14. I mean, that was insane. And I wonder if he could have went even further. We see you win your die into Wardens of the South, where Mitra is going to be first. I don't think it matters at this point. Draw 2, draw through, not a single Pentus trigger. I would say pretty unlucky. Danny, trigger Danny, probably. Like we're just going from game to game, it looks like, to see what's the situation there. Daniel is fighting Tokar and putting it on draw. Groleo gaining gold. Groleo. The deck shuffle. I'm curious why he needs that many gold. I mean, that board on the current board is pretty unbeatable if you ask me. And now there is stealth. Triplicate Randio, and that doesn't help. Mark. I don't think he can survive a power challenge. Septon. We still haven't seen a trigger from the Old Town. Maybe he could look for something there, but I think it's just a power challenge with everything. Then stealthing Randio and it's GG. Unless nightmares. on Bizerian, but quite a lot of strength everywhere. Gold. I'm curious what else could, yeah, power. Knew the whole board. Radio. Oh, not Viserion? Why is Viserion not in the challenge? So here this was +2, so yep, GG. Okay, so let's quickly go to the other game. If it's still going, we have Hano. Please tell me there is no password. Refresh. And yep, no password. So what's the situation? We have Shadow Cersei, Bruce, Ramsey plate. Quite a lot of stuff played, by the way. So Azoro High on Robert, the list with a bodyguard, infiltrator. Doesn't look that bad. We are in the marshalling phase round 5. So there was just a reset, looks like. Let me quickly go find the decks. So we have Anus Baratheon versus Marcus Lannister. Wani Wolf double trade routes is a restricted card. Very interesting choice instead of Ward or something other attrition-y. Looks like to be semi-shadow deck, but then you have Rules and Ramsey and Bolton Flayers with Harrenhal from for family owner. We have Clever Feint, Poison Coin, the Iron Bank Heavy Due is a events in the one wolf. So plot wise, most of them we currently see them. So we have there is a Murgulis and one more trade route left for the board. And for Hano, his cohort deck, restricted card is Celis, as we see on the board. And plots we have Costco, Hair, Wone, PD, Rationing, Support of the Fate, and You Win or You Die. So plots that are left for him are You Win or You Die. No currently played. So plots that are left for him, Wone and Supporting the Fate. Yep, Wone and Supporting the Fate are the two plots that are left now. But first, let's see how this challenge phase will go. One Roberto is used already. Ramsey is dead. That's a surprise. What happened to Ramsey? And how did he die is the question. I would be surprised if it was from Harrenhal. Luckily the Fox are matching as well, I just noticed. Oh. We have Intrigue with Celis and Robert. The question is if this is... So Hano is pretty close to winning, by the way. And also I'm curious why he did the intrigue this way. I would have done it with the rural infiltrator, do the power with Celis, then military. I'm not sure that Marcus can survive the turn, but everything is possible with Harrenhal. Is there one star in the deck as well? There... no one star, but there is tunnels. With a little bit of ten, but that will not help that much, it looks like. No treachery, no red keep. All my coins dropped on the floor from my pockets. So defense for 6. Just 6 rooks from the weak end of the challenges. But is there a power icon that's strong enough to beat Robert aside from Count? There is more than enough gold for that. But there was Robert Rockingham and Catspaw. This will be 2 power, so he'll go to 12. Can he go into Cyst now? Is there Cyst? There is a Cyst. This feels pretty... wait, is the Cyst used already? The more important question... Oof, unfortunately the Cyst by the guard is already used in the discard pile, so he cannot raise the Harrenhal. Renown for Robot and Renown for the trigger, and the powerful effects card from the trigger. The question is, are we going to see a military challenge now or a power? They're going for a military. Unfortunately, the unopposed here is GG. Why? Oh. So he decided to do power first. Interesting. Unopposed power is also GG, so... but they are more military ambushy icons, honestly. So Harrenhal for Count. Yep. I think the correct play was the military first. Because the count, you either put it on a post or get it stuck on the board unless there is another icon. You need to oppose the challenge definitely. Because unopposed renown and reaction is 3. The question is does he only have count for this? Oh, there is something else. Oh! There was Robert Strong. So he's going to stop the challenge this way. Why didn't he? Interesting. So this is the third Robert. Pretty lucky, I would say. Oh, he decided to kill Celis. He's going to be safe. So I don't see the point in that. Also, all the power is on Robert, so and you still have to defend the challenge. The question is now, is there a iron bank? And the minute goes to Hano, so 13 after his urinary dies, so now he have economy plots. Let's see. He's probably going into loan. And into Morgulis. Yeah, but the bodyguard's going to save Robert, so the power is safe. Initiative went to Volant, to Marcus. So the important characters are left on the board for both sides. And the Costco, what did he resurrect? Did we see? Alistair? Alistair, yeah. The question is 5 gold. Now is the moment. No, Ramsey is dead, so that doesn't matter. See a card marshal in shadow. 3. We know there is count in hand. Vermanden. We'll see how definitely. Why now? I would have waited for the marshalling. Definitely. So if he marshals, we see a reducer and a red gold blessing discarded. I'm curious what's left in the hand. Maybe the third Alistair? That would be very unfortunate for Pyromancer's Cache discarded for a draw reducer and Red Priest. That is enough, I think, or maybe not, but or is it? So this will remove the count unless there is more trouble in the hand. So it looks like there are 2 counts in the hand, so Root Priest is not rude enough. by the looks of things. But does it matter? It does actually. Mm, looks like he drew it with the gold mine. Yep. Mm, and let's see if this will be enough. We know that the last spot is not reset, so I don't know what's the hope there. Ramsey is dead, so he cannot. I have no idea how Ramsey died. Ramsey should never die. So he removed pinch, one of the other threats on the board. So now that I look at the things, the Mandan looks okay to be used now. I wonder if Hanu will be happy with just take the dominance. Yep, no challenges. Intrigue is going to new both characters. Intrigue first is going to new both characters actually. Oh, he can do actually military first. He can do everything first. Yeah, I think military first gives him the win, regardless. Because now the hound has to be jumped in just because of the reaction. Yep. Is there here mirror? It would have been removed if there was, but I don't think he's running. No, no here mirror in the deck. I think this sealed the game, and with this I think the games are tied currently. So something about the right move. Let's see if it's still enough anyway. Yeah, richtig. So, Hound to defend the first challenge. He's saying that probably the pin should have been played. We need to see a power challenge. And something that he had to do. He said that he didn't feel like he'll be able to pull it through. Looks like there is still an hand as well, so yeah. Maybe it was the right choice. And with this, like there is still, with this, so Hanu won. Kai will be later. Karsten won last night. What did we watch last night? We watched a Matteo Targaryen, although that's written, but that was for Austria. Oh, the well played Han, so by the skin of his teeth. So if there was really pinch and Tyrion in hand, probably that makes well played. Probably. So looks like there was a way out, but Marcus Marcus missed it. So still, we managed to cover probably the most interesting points of two games. I'm very happy with that. A little bit of coverage of all of them. So there is a game which is at 8:30 UTC, which is in hour and a half. This is this is UTC plus 3 currently, so yeah. In hour and a half we have one more game and we'll see you guys then. Thanks everyone for joining me and see you in hour and a half. Bye bye.